Are there any actual good, like, movies based on video games, or are they all just, like, garbage, you think?
This is the beginning of the end!
Probably about 90% of movies based on video games are awful.
We're in the money, the sky is sunny.
And 10% are okay. There's never been one that's really good. Even though, like, there's a few that I enjoy, but there's never been some that are really good.
All right, so which ones do you like?
I like Super Mario Bros. The movie. It's not good, but it's
I actually like it too. It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
It's horrible, but it's only horrible because it has nothing to do with Mario. Like, they just used those names and made a movie.
It's Mario and Luigi Mario.
But you like it because it's so different from the game. Well, same thing for, what's that movie? Max Payne. Max Payne. The movie is, you're making that, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
Because I watched the movie before I played the game. And when I watched the movie, I was like, this is a good movie. And then I played the game and I was like, that movie didn't have nothing to do with the game. It had nothing to do with it.
No.
So it was bad because of that. But as a movie itself, it was good. Most other stuff is bad. Like, Tekken is bad. Street Fighter, the movie's not good.
I guess you didn't see that, did you?
House of the Dead?
Eh.
I don't know, anything by Uwe Boll, who now has quit filmmaking.
He needed to, because he all of his movies were about
therapy.
Fuck yourself.
All of his movies were about mass murder, and I just can't. He made one called, it wasn't
Postal.
No, not Postal, it's called Rampage.
Yeah.
And this dude was just like, I hate society. I need to kill it all. And they made 3 movies where he just goes and he's just killing people. And dude, if you look up Rampage, it's brutal.
We should be happy if we have less people on Earth.
A good movie based on a video game that I watched as a kid, and I still think it's good because I go back and watch and I'm like, this is exactly what the game did, is Mortal Kombat.
Yes, speaking of which, we're playing Mortal Kombat now. Mortal Kombat the movie, I would say it was an enjoyable film. But, you know, it was pure 90s schlock.
Yeah, but like, in the time it was made, you have to respect movies for the time. You can't watch an old Buster Keaton movie and just be like, why aren't they talking? Like, that's what the movies was.
Well, that's a vastly different example, because this movies still hold up.
Yeah, they do, and so does Mortal Kombat. I'm telling you, go back.
Compared to Buster Keaton?
It follows the plot of the game.
Buster Keaton, like, risked his life making films.
Yeah, and whoever them people was risked their careers, man.
It's like the guy who played Johnny Cage, supposed to be famous in the movie, who never became famous in real life.
They got a different dude to play him in the second movie, and he was dead the entire movie of the second one.
I'm going to my trailer.
No, you can't leave
I'm going to get a gun, and I'm going to shoot myself for being in your movie.
You'll kill me. I'll be back directing traffic. Johnny, don't leave me hanging up here.
But the thing with the movie was that it wasn't violent like the game, which, like...
Well, the games were always violent, but they didn't get extremely violent until, like, later years.
Like 2 and 3 and shit.
Like,
but still, the first one, you ripped, like, a dude's heart out.
Kano wins. Flawless fatality.
You could do that, and they did some of that stuff in the movie. Like, they did some of the fatalities in the movie, but they had to put some of the less gruesome ones in because they know, even though...
You had to market it. They kind of knew it was stupid and silly, and it was supposed to hit all the beats from the game, which is, okay, you know, we got to get a bunch of people here together, and then we just got to emulate all the fights from the film while still having likable characters. And the characters...
But that's what the game was. The game was always like, just like all these characters, and you fight with them, and it was based around the tournament, and that's what the movie was. When you're looking for a movie-based video game-based movie, you want them to be as faithful as possible and portray it in a great way. And I think Mortal Kombat is like the perfect example of they did this the right way. They just did.
Flawless victory.
There are some movies that are just good. They're just good. good as like the level.
Yeah, but well, and then if you want to talk a movie that's like doesn't even achieve good and isn't even fun as being silly, would be Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
Now that's a movie that just in every level is boring.
Father, the merger has begun. Earth is under attack.
Like, you don't care about the characters. It's way too focused on just having fight scene after fight scene after fight scene. With zero story behind it, at least the first one had something to watch in between. Something to kind of keep you going and go, all right, well, let's see what happens here. Yeah. The second one was just pure.
The second one was just
bullshit.
like, the second one, I'll agree with you on that. The second one, they just threw characters in from the game. But they still followed the story, but they just threw characters in from the game because they were just like, more characters. There's a video game movie series that I've watched them, and they're not horrible. They get a passing grade, but like nobody talks about them because they're not like great either. The Resident Evil series.
We're in the money.
I could never like them. Even as a kid, I just didn't care. It was
I don't
watch Mila Jovovich go around and like fuck up zombies, and that was like the whole film.
They're like the perfect level of mediocre.
No, they're bad. The one thing that every movie forgets to do, especially based on these video games, I found out a combo, is to have engaging characters. Yeah. And the Resident Evil movies do not have that. It's just generic hard-ass Marines or whatever the fuck they are, cops. And all they want to do is go around and fuck up zombies. And you have Mila Jovovich, who, I don't know, like, what's her character arc? What does she want?
Well, no, fair enough. And I'm not advocating for these movies because I don't like these movies. I've watched them before and I didn't feel like I wasted my day watching one.
That's the problem with the Resident Evil, with Mortal Kombat, with all these. We don't care about the characters. We don't care about the story. We're just marking time for them to recreate the thing in the game.
Like I said, there are very few video game movies that, like, none are amazing, but there are a few that are okay. And I think that's the best you can hope with video game movies, especially today, because video games have cinematics inside of them.
Yeah.
So, like, they're basically movies that you play now.
Mm-hmm. What do you think a video game movie would have to do to actually be good, other than just follow the material, or,
I think,
you know, not to deviate too much? Like, how can you actually make a good film where if you didn't know it was based on a video game, you'd still say, hey, that was a good film. Oh, that was based on a video game?
Take a video game that's more obscure. Then after you take one that's more obscure, flesh it out.
So what do you think a video game movie would have to do then to transcend beyond something that's a good movie or a good video game movie? What would a video game movie have to do to be great?
Well, you could do...
To be like an Oscar contender. To
you
be as
you would have
general
to take, well, I think like if you made like God of War into a movie, that could be an Oscar contender because it's a very dramatic game and the story is very dramatic. And you can so you can touch in on like the sorrow that Kratos is going through. So it has to be something that like makes other people feel.
Yes.
But then it has to also like stay true to what the game is, which is him like killing these Greek gods. Stay true to what the game is, but like touch more on the emotional aspect.
I think so, absolutely. Because the problem is, these movies don't really have a reason for existing. Like, give me an artist who has an intention. He says, I want to make a movie on this video game because I think it's important for society to see this because, you know, I want people to see Metal Gear Solid because this is a movie about how the politics of our time is corrupt.
But great movies don't have to like change like society.
No, but I mean,
I don't think Goodfellas changes society at all. But I love it. It's a great movie.
But it has something to say about society. Every movie has something to say about the world and the director's worldview, rather than just, well, this is in the game. Let's have Scorpion shoot this spear out of his hand, but we'll do a cool part where we see it crawling out.
But the game itself. The game itself, you suck. The game itself has its own message, and you can piggyback on that message. You don't have to try to create a new message. Like I said, if you want to do something new, just don't take an existing property. Like create something new.
Yeah.
If you want to do a different spin on something, that's fine, but it has to stay true to what it is.
Yeah.
Aaron Black wins. Fatality.
I want to thank James for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for beating me in this game 75 times.
I know. Look at all that sand coming out of you right now.
Sure,
how is she not oh, how's it not over her head? And how's it still coming out?
I don't think they planned on us waiting at the screen for that.
I'm just going to randomly keep cutting to this screen when you're talking. Well, thanks a lot, and we will see you later, either at the game store or in the movies.
Later.
Bye.